This news dropped 22 hours ago. Electronic Arts admits Battlefield 5 flopped and did not meet Q3 sales expectations. Let's face it, we're all gamers here. All of us know exactly why Battlefield 5 flopped.
Changing the V's in their profiles for this game, something my mother did many years ago, ahead of the curve. And most people don't know this, but the V in my name is actually a 5. Yeah, my name is actually pronounced Trev 5 or Noah. Now, Daniel just talked about a new multiplayer experience called Grand Operations. And I'm really excited because it sounds to me like you can pilot a giant grand piano like a tank. I'm pretty certain that's what it is, right, Andreas?
Kill me, please. I want to die.
And continues to flop. It was due to very poor marketing. It was due to pandering. It was due to spitting in the face of the core fan base, which made Battlefield what it was, to virtue signal, for God's sakes.
Hello, old friend.
In the worst possible way ever, by putting women in World War II, which made no sense. It's a game based on real-life events, except for the ones that they turned around and changed. The most egregious one they did was making a teenage girl take out an entire Nazi base by herself. But in real life, it took a Norwegian commando squad to make it happen. But hey, get woke, you misogynist. Point being, EA went out of its way to just fuck this up. It's the best way to put it. From the launch, where they had Trevor Noah, one of the worst comedians out there today.
The car, the thing, the man, the boo. You saw the thing, the man, the huh? I hope they got insurance. That was insane. Do you see that?
I did say it.
That was, Andres, I don't feel like you saw it. I feel like you've seen it before.
I might have seen it
The person
before.
jumped on their back and then started shooting while moving on their back.
Yeah.
Why don't you die?
And even now, I just recently saw a promotion for Battlefield 5 that has some chick I've never heard of, Trevor Noah, some black guy, and Stone Mountain. Amanda Carney ad. Jesus Christ. You get one look at this and you realize the world is fucked.
Battlefield last night. I had so many kills, I was on another level.
Yeah, I don't know what level you thought you were on, but you were definitely trash.
What?
I said you were trash.
I hate to say this, Amanda, but he's right. You didn't revive anybody.
You guys are jealous. Boys. We all know I'm the best player. And here's why. As the medic, nothing is easy. I'm constantly on edge, making sure you guys stay alive so we can protect the flag. But you never are. Quickly ran into a building and ran up the stairs and saw the enemy standing right over your dead body. So I threw a smoke grenade out the window and I started to prepare my next move. Stay with me, soldier! No! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, that's why I was the best player.
That's a duck.
The duck is still dead, by the way.
A quick Google search has informed me who this chick is. She's actually a Vine star. If you didn't really give a shit about Vine, then you have no idea who she is, much like me. Apparently, she worked with Jake and Logan Paul on Vine. The black guy is called something King. He's also a Vine star. So essentially, EA just spent a lot of money on people that no one who's interested in Battlefield gives a fuck about. Except maybe Stone Mountain. I could see him being popular on YouTube with a couple people. But overall, Jesus Christ, what a waste of fucking PR money. She's about as funny as watching your pet die. It's tragic. So when you read this article, you would honest to God think EA would own up to the fact that they did very poor marketing and they insulted their core fan base. Don't like it, don't buy it. Anyone who can't understand that women could have fought World War II are ignorant. Hashtag everyone's Battlefield. Great marketing plans. EA probably needs to hire me. I'd set them straight in a heartbeat. It has been confirmed by Electronic Arts during the company's Q3 financial report that DICE's 2018 first-person shooter Battlefield 5 did not meet Q3 expectations. to no one's surprise. This information forced EA's CEO Andrew Wilson to say we did not perform to our expectations, meaning they thought they'd milk all of us. They do this, they pretty much shit in the face of the core fan base and somehow still make money. Just today, publication site HollywoodReporter.com explained the following situation regarding the controversial title known as Battlefield 5. And I quote, "Games like Battlefield 5 and mobile title Command & Conquer Rivals failed to live up to expectations for EA," the video game company disclosed in the latest quarterly earnings report. Command & Conquer went mobile, by the way. What the fuck did they expect?
You know what? this is gonna sound morbid, but I am so glad my husband is not here to see this. It would destroy him to see CNC go this way.
Oh my. Oh my.
You know why they made it mobile? Because they honest to God thought they'd be able to make a lot of money from it. That's the only reason. They threw it on mobile because the mobile market makes billions in microtransactions. Billions. I don't know what EA was thinking that you take a game that's pretty much PC based and throw it on a mobile and expect people to buy it. The same thing with Diablo Immortals. What the fuck were they thinking? Total revenue for the quarter came in at $1.3 billion and increased from last year's $1.2 billion, but the figure is lower than EA's expectations for the time period. So they made a little bit more money despite all of these fuck ups, and it still wasn't enough.
This is the only fucking shit you people care about!
That's amazing. I would have sat there and said, we made it by the skin of our teeth. Net revenue for Q4 is expected to be approximately $1.163 billion, while net revenue for the fiscal year in 2019 is expected to be around $4.9 billion. Wilson had this to say on our earnings call Tuesday that the game's release date, which was pushed back due to the development of issues, moved into a competitive holiday market. He also noted that the popularity of Battle Royale games hurt the game's performance. Battlefield 5 does not currently have a Battle Royale mode, but has planned for a release one in spring of this year. The fact that they don't even own up to why Battlefield 5 did poorly is amazing. And they still haven't learned their lesson. Jesus Christ. EA is run like a woman you date. She'll do something fucked up in the relationship and will not take any responsibility for it. They figured Battle Royale games were the reason why Battlefield 5 did poorly. They must have ignored the public outcry and the hashtag #NotMyBattlefield and the numerous YouTube videos that lambasted them for their poor choices and decisions. The constant pissing on the fans literally. Got to be shitting me, dude. Here's a clip from Bloomberg. The company blames sluggish sales of Battlefield game, and upgrades to the title, including the Battle Royale mode, won't come until later. I don't think Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode is going to make much of a difference. I really don't. Fortnite and Red Dead Redemption 2 also provided distractions. Chief Financial Officer Blake Jorgensen said, "It's always a battle for time more than battle for money." Gotta hand it to Rockstar. They didn't piss off their fans nearly as bad as EA did. If I had a choice between Red Dead Redemption 2 and Genderfield 5, you better believe I was picking Red Dead Redemption 2. It's no secret that the industry is going through a period of upheaval as gamers forego console games and embrace Battle Royale style titles like Fortnite. But the pace of decline in EA's packaged goods was still eye-opening, with the net revenue down 15% to $1.55 billion in the past 12 months that ended in December. Frankly, they got that much. It's a miracle. The video game industry continues to grow through a year of intense competition and transformational change. Q3 is a difficult quarter for Electronic Arts, and we didn't perform to our expectations. We are now applying the strengths of our company to sharpen our execution and focus on delivering great new games and long-term live services for our players. That's why Apex Legends was launched. This is like EA's Hail Mary. And sadly, it looks like it's doing real well, so we're fucked. Basically, Apex Legends is going to be their Fortnite, and it looks like it's already doing amazingly well. 2.6 billion people are playing it within the first 24 hours, and a peak of 600,000 congruent players, which means this is a huge success for EA. And EA is all about live services. I hear the game is good, but it's a double-edged sword. This will do well. It will only make EA more vehement in their vision of a future where it's all games as service, which is sad because you know how EA is. I mean, let's face it. You give EA an inch, they take the whole fucking town. Blake Jurgensen and Wilson also noted that FIFA stands out as a robust franchise through a tumultuous year in the video game industry, because FIFA almost makes them $1 billion every year. And from what I understand, they gave up in, what was it, Belgium? Because if they continued to fight the court case in Belgium and lost, then the loot box law would have became law for the entire EU. I guess EA finally saw that it was better to let Belgium go in those loot boxes rather than lose the whole fucking EU. Somebody woke someone up and said, let this one go. We can't afford to lose it. We'll just milk everyone else a little harder. And that's how it works, frankly. Believe it or not, it's a lot like the television industry, if you even remember that. Remember how big cable was? And now everybody's moving away from cable. They're cutting the cord, as they say in the business. This leads cable companies to then jack up the prices of the people who continue to have a cable subscription to try and make up the lost revenue of all the other people leaving. I could foresee a future where EA gets a little bit more greedy with FIFA points and loot boxes or whatever. Give it time. They'll wait till the smoke clears and try again. To deliver new Plants vs. Zombies, Need for Speed titles, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order to our sports titles in the fall. The sports titles that very slightly change. It's literally the same fucking game with a slight expansion pack. And notice how everything they say leads off with Anthem and Apex Legends. Basically, Apex Legends, the big one. Give it like 2 or 3 months. If Apex Legends keeps doing well, EA is going to just toot the horn on that shit and they're going to focus real hard on it. I wouldn't be surprised if EA restructured Respawn to focus on more games like that. But, you know, that's just my speculation from just watching EA unfold. And I know people talk about the fact that EA stock has dropped around 18% on Market Watch. And it hasn't had a drop this bad since December 17th of 1999, where they dropped by 25.5%. But at this current time, they're fluctuating between a 15 to 17% drop. Yeah, their stocks dropped, but I have a feeling Apex Legends is going to turn everything around for EA if it goes well. If Anthem does moderately well, EA will be fine. Like, frankly, this stock drop isn't really anything to celebrate over or think is a big changing of the guard or the coming of the tide. It's merely just a minor setback, folks. EA will learn nothing. EA will not change. It's just the way it is. And on that note, I should get the hell out of here. Maybe I'll go and paint or something to get my mind off of things. My head is reeling. Feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and share my crap, because frankly, you're the only way I'm going to defeat YouTube's nice little algorithm. They think they can suppress me? No, this is just the beginning. You just kicked a rat from New York City. I bite back.